Hello and welcome to that was very loud. Welcome to Det Demokratiska Böhmen, where the sun is going down, apparently. Where are we? That's a television station that tells us something. That tells us that we are in the capital, of course, in Lesje, or the pronunciation is still a bit undetermined as of yet, the official pronunciation. It is the year 1988. We should have decided by now. I should have decided by now at least. The people are, of course, here. The people walking and driving along here in the capital of Lesje. Doesn't get any larger because you do that. Lesje. It will change at the next visit. Yes, television stations. How is this one doing? While we're here, let's check in. 2 viewers of the sport channel for the moment. 1 viewer. Okay, well, someone is getting their sports from watching television every now and then, maybe. How about here? Well, this is a lot better, isn't it? This is a lot better, in fact. Because we have 90 regular people and we are full, almost full, max capacity on. Let's go look at it. Whoa, that is rather close. Rather close there, thank you. Yes. 2,500 viewers, and that's not bad. 63.13% of the population has a television. Okay, have a television. Well, I am not a native speaker of the English language, and neither is the developers of this game, but I would think that the correct way would be that 63.1% of the population has a television. Have a television. Has a television. Never mind. We do have a current. Well, the people are watching television and they're getting happy from watching television, and that is all good, and they're getting very culturally satisfied by watching television, which is also great. And if we zoom in, we can see the action going on here. A lot of people are driving to work. These are important people. They are the actors. That is probably a good reason that we are full on actors here. It is that we have plenty of parking available, and for some parking spaces and cars, you're only allowed a car if you have education. Yes, that's how it works here in the show. But here in Det Demokratiska Böhmen, of course. But there are also parking spaces. I assure you, but I assure you there are parking spaces where also regular people are allowed to park. For example, prefer university education. So anyone can go, and maybe there's some old one, really old one here. Prefer. See? These are old parking lots, were built in the 60s. And anyway, that's enough of that. I have received a list of petitions, a list with petitions from the good people of Det Demokratiska Böhmen. And for one thing, the first thing to deal with is the terrible accident that we had recently over in Trirov. Yes. And where is Trirov? Yes, it is, in fact, that is Kiarush. That is Lesje. Trirov is the completely other way. See, I know my way around. Kind of. sometimes. What is here? Yes, this is the iron field, unofficially named Kiruna, but not ever actually christened so by on the books. But it is so called Kiruna. Or well, let's since we are here, this place, cancel. Okay, I need to create a new area. Can I do that just like here? Or yes, thank you very much. Yes, excellent. Svappavaara, and I am not at all certain about the spelling there, so excuse any Svappavarians that happen to watch this, which the chances of are very, very remote. One has to agree. Yes, Trirov, you said that is yes. We are on the exactly correct path here. Down here we have yes. There's also one thing that we have received a petition about, a problem there that needs fixing, but not right now. Right now we are going to Trirov, and Trirov is currently hooked up to the coal power plant, the big one that is for export. So the high voltage line that comes into Trirov is this one, and I believe that everything runs off that. Maybe, maybe, quite possibly, there is other stuff going on as well. But close by here, for example, we have Sringopol. Yes, we have a high voltage line here. I am pretty certain that this is domestic. Yes, this is domestic indeed. So, då we need to cut it off a little bit. So, was it Sringopol I was at? Sringopol, whatever it is. Nowadays. Never mind. High voltage line cut off. Yes, cut off high voltage line here. Cancel a bit of that. Yes, just maybe that bit as well. Put a switch in, put it roughly facing in the direction of Trirov. I need to find a better name for that place. As soon as I'm done here, I should have clicked that one. But still want to build the building, but that builds the building. Thank you. And now we are going to. Did I cut the power to? I got the power to this entire town for a little bit there. Right, these things happen. This is not a toy. This is a republic, after all, that we're playing with. So when you're doing serious stuff, as in managing your high voltage connections, that is something that the people will have to deal with. Anyway, we were going to Trirov, and that is over that way. And it would also be nice to have a domestic power line out here somewhere, because these villages or towns, may become towns, are yet to be connected or embraced by the Soviet way of life. I just paid for that with rubles. Did I even have enough rubles to do that? I apparently did. I only want that for switches, please, because I am a bit tight on the money here. And, well, in this case, I am not stealing from the pensions fund. I think we all agree that having reliable power over at Trirov is certainly a justified cause for dipping into. Is it there? I believe it is. Oh, that didn't turn out too bad. And 203,000. Yes, we actually can afford it in our spending money. We didn't even need to take it out of the pensions fund. Excellent. That should be all good for. No, not quite yet. Trirov, you have power, but there's one thing. Now my my export grid is connected to my domestic grid, and that is not allowed. So we murder a bit of high voltage line, a bit like that. Yes, and check that everything is okay in 0. The sun is actually going down, so it's not a bad time to, instead of clicking a building, we shall watch in the sunset, because the lights ought to come on any second now if I have done this remotely, right? Any second now. Any second now. Any second now. That should be happening. Why is this taking so long? This is a very long dusk. But we've waited this long. Well, yes, the lights are coming on of domestic power. How very nice. Right then, next order of business. Next order of business is, let's see here, what's on the agenda. Doesn't it look cozy out here in Trirov? Tritorp? Vi får komma på ett namn för byn här. Vad heter han nu igen? Trirov? Låter det som någon? Nej, det låter inte. Det något i stil med Hult. Trihult heter det numera. Inte helt, inte klockrent alltså. Men det får duga. Måste vi vidare där. Sorry, wrong language. Så heter det. That's the name of the town. Trihult. I had to consult some the dialectic experts in order to get that name. Yes, next order of business. There is a train to Vraska that takes on both bitumen and fuel. That is the Vraska export place, and the Western Beltline, as we all know it, was built for a very certain purpose in the beginning, and while we are not very completely set in our ways, I mean, we can be flexible, but the principle is that we have always and will always, as long as I'm in power, we will export fuel here and bitumen here, at least since we cut off the funding from there. So let's go to the Vraska border house, which is here, and see. There is a train here? Is it this train? Do we have such a... That is unbelievably lucky. That's that dealt with, I suppose. You only load bitumen. You only load bitumen. You only load bitumen, and you are the chemical exporter. Yes, current value of $1.7 million. It may turn out that exporting chemicals is bad when you can build electronics. We shall see. This is completely uncharted territory for me. Now this, however, this is a bit weird. Apparently I decided at one time, because I explicitly told this to take fuel and go here, and that is wrong. But as it was determined at the time that fuel was apparently what was needed to be brought out of the refinery down here, I shall change it to go here instead with its cargo. There we go. That's that fixed. Next order of business is, yes, this is a bit entertaining maybe to look at. over by the fantastic area of stall, the area of stall, where it is a little bit loud. Yes, it is quite loud, but it is not as loud as towns or the city of the capital of Lecce, for example. The reason we were going here was because over here there is something going on, and I am sorry about the camera, the mouse. Sorry, I will try to do better. But the game is lagging for me. Right, the order of business is here. There are diggers going up and down this road, and they've been doing so since a fire incident at their place of work. And the easiest way is just to sell them. What do I get? 130. That's for the pensions fund. They go straight back to the pensions fund. That's where they were taken out from. That's where we put them back in. And I don't suppose we need many diggers anytime soon, do we? Because then they're probably twice the price to buy back. But yes, that should allow for quite a smoother flow of traffic for all the buses with all the people that are employed in the steel industry, who are quite a few. And we can tell that it has taken a toll to have this strain on the resource of road with these stupid diggers going up and down and up and down. And well, it's a bit sad for the diggers as well. They didn't have a place to go. Let's see. Yes, look at them. Look at the workers. Look at the workers going so happily to work. And you can see as the workers go into the steel mill, the intensity of the smoke increases from the smokestacks, which is lovely. Great detail. Great game design. Game engine design, I'd say. At least this doesn't feel cosmetic only. It feels that it is somehow it is real. The algorithm feels not real. The algorithm of this game feels. I like it. I simply like this game as been established. Well then, now we have 300 people working here. I think that it will be better. Okay. They are sold, and over by the chemical plant, where there is lots of interesting stuff going on. Where is the chemical plant? It's here. Yes. We are breaking new ground into new uncharted territory here. But I don't even know what that is. Is that the electrical components? Fact, no, that's... Yeah, the plastic thing is over here. Is this working? That's the plastics factory. There's smoke coming out of that. I am not completely certain what this is. What these white things are. I'm gonna have to find out. But this is not what we're here for. That's a food factory. I am not looking at the right place. I am very sorry. I got lost in my republic. That's a long time ago. Here is the new industry. But there is some stuff coming out of what I believe to be the electrical components factory. Stuff is happening. Stuff is actually happening here. That's fantastic. We are a little low on workers, yes. And that may be to be expected, because yes, we have one vehicle and a few... I haven't bought any fire engines. That's rather helpful. How much do these go for nowadays? 51,000. I believe these are the best ones because they are the most expensive. So that I can't afford. I am that low on rubles. Well, then you will have to get by with one fire truck. I believe the most expensive one should certainly be able to handle what could go on here. I mean, we only have this, after all. This is yet to be connected by road, but getting a road in here with where the pipelines are close to the ground is impossible. So, well, if a thing burns down and I have to rebuild the pipeline, then maybe I'll build it tall, and depending on the longevity of this republic, yes, we shall see what happens. Well, the plastics factory is very, very well staffed, a bit unnecessarily so, unless we want to do anything else with plastics. That is still not what we're here for. We're here for the administrative detail. Yes, and that is the road. There is no road here. We need a road here, and why not make it lit while we're at it? And why not make all of this area lit while we're at it? And of course, this is going to have to come out of the pensions fund. That is the only way that this is happening, and the only way to upgrade roads is to have that ticked. Otherwise, you end up in a terrible, terrible mess. I don't know why that one didn't want to comply, but there we go. That's the road fixed. Next thing, elongate the short oil trains with three extra wagons. So I have a lot of oil trains going down here at Korosna. And like this one, for example, this is very short. You see, this is the shortest block that we have on this route. So we could easily have like 1, 2, 3 wagons more and be very, very safe about it. I'm just going to hit pause for a little while because it will make things. I am an administrative detail after all, so I may be allowed. There we go. You should now go into the depot. And how many did you have on? I said 3 extra, right? And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why did you stop? You have, yes, you have 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Do we have place for all of these trains in the depot? That is a question. That may not be the case. The excitement, the tension is certainly rising. Let's see what happened. That's not right. That's right. Yes, and as luck would have it, yes, I have wagons available here, and I just need to click here and drag them around a bit. That's 3. I'm pretty certain. If that was 4, then I don't know. I said 6, yes, so it should be 9 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I have done right. Good start. And well, same for you. 3, 1. And the wagons will have a different, mixed consist the first time they go out, but they all go out to the border house sooner or later, and that means that the resource that they are carrying will get sold. So I believe it's not the most efficient way. I am losing a lot of resources in diesel mostly by doing this. That's 2 of them. There are more, but this one you are already properly long. Well then, could we have some excitement going on? Will there be a problem? Immediately there is a problem! What the hell? My solid railway system. What is going on? Is it because I started you two at the exact same time? Yes, I believe the easiest way of getting out of this little mess is doing this. Please go to the depot. I will release you again at a more proper time. Apparently, yes, that combination of that short block there, yes, and yeah, that's probably it. I think that when they're out here, they should be fine, right? Don't sound really certain. How many cars do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're only carrying 23 tons of oil. That is not much. And I know which oil field that is. I'm probably going by that a little unnecessarily often. Go here, please. Eventually. It will take you a little while to get there. That's sort of a long-term project. Because that was you. Yes, you're heading to the depot. You are properly long. That untangled. And the safest way, of course, is to wait until the other one is out, but let's not do that. Let's launch you now and believe in the robustness of the railway system. However, he was really close, and he gets red. Yes, it works, but on the in total effectiveness, it most like why did you do no fuck. Well, then go back. Are you able to go back, or are you a bit too long? Maybe I should just take one off while you are in there. And even if you can get in there, please just get in there. Thank you, developer, for making that work. And you are working. Excellent. No, I am not taking a wagon off. 9 wagons will fit. 9 wagons will fit. And there's another one, and let's get you going as soon as possible. Please. Am I being really stupid with my trains right now? I'm not certain. Maybe. What can we do something like this and have a different train out on doing this work? Maybe it'd be interesting. But that locomotive is slightly longer, so I will go with 8 cars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. It is important that you are specific in this game because it leaves nothing to chance whatsoever. And maybe if I sing it at the song, it will be a little bit more entertaining. I don't know. Yes, you have a red, but that should be no problem at all, because once it would have been a lot more efficient for you to take the other track, which, by the way, is actually the left track. And why are you not going up the right? You have the possibility to go both ways, and you decide to go on that side. Well, thank you. You dissident. You absolute dissident. What the hell, man? Our trains have always run on the left. So in a situation like this, where you have a choice, and you... Sorry, my bad. Yes, you do have a choice. Yes, you do absolutely have a choice, because that point is before the diamond. So you do have a choice. In this situation, my friend, the correct choice is to go on the left. Yes. And are you another short one? Yes, you are, but there's not a lot we can do about that, because I don't have a train depot on this side. Maybe I should build myself a train depot here on that way go, right? I do have a lot of trains nowadays, and I have a road here, so I can get them safely stored, because these things tend to burn down more than many other things in this game for some reason. So you don't want to be storing expensive, valuable trains in there. And I want to level to the height of the railroad place, but why then are... Yes, you are leveling to the height of the railroad, but the railroad isn't completely even. I was building a train depot, and now I'm getting myself into a problem here. This is a bit too little. This is nice because these are, yes, these are high voltage lines, and goodbye for now, because these are for export only. That means we can cut them down and do stuff to them without it affecting us. I mean, after all, the other republics are also responsible for their own power. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, the purpose of this thing, this beautiful feat of engineering here in Romul Onus is certainly a feat of engineering. I am building a train depot, so please try and focus on the train depot. Is that possible to arrange? Well, it is a bit difficult. Again, are you drunk, sir? Well, and again, I cannot answer that. I choose not to answer that. I plead the fifth, I believe it is. Although that jurisdiction may not apply to me at the current time. That may or may not be the case. Let's see, we are going for a train depot. Yes, focus. Focus is good. You want roads, you want railways, and you want a train depot, and it is enormous. And should we try and put it close to the railway? Do we think that is feasible to get? Yes. We are not auto building anything right now, and now instead of a cursor, I have a tooltip here. And I don't have the railway selected, apparently, although I'm pretty sure I did have. And I think here would be a lovely spot to come off. And I would like, yes. I mean, if it will do it like that, it's not the most aesthetic way. Let's have a nicer curve to it. And I don't know how this game is actually in this situation, but we can just do it a bit like that, and there is no need to be cheap on the... That's... Yes, I actually want it to be in front of that signal. Why can't you get onto there? What is the problem? You should be just fine to do that, please. Yes. Okay, how much money? 80,000 rubles? That's cheap, mate. Thanks a lot. How much is for this one? 200,000 rubles. I still can afford it. And the thing is that since we are down here at the Soviet corner of the map, buying stuff from the pensions fund, pardon me, yes. What the hell was I saying? I was building a train depot. That seems to be done. I now need to build a road. I have absolutely no idea what I was on about before, but the train depot seems done. So let's try and take a road. That is going to be too steep. Is this really all the bulldozers that we have available here? No. The problem is, of course, these things. No, we don't need to cut that down. Let's go back to massaging the landscape a bit here. Yes, something along these lines. Just some dabs here. Yes, we are standing on the shoulders of giants. Streetlights? No, we were trying to keep it as cheap as possible, after all, and wiggle it about a bit. Like, is it too steep? Yes, it is still too steep. Didn't get it up long enough. Okay, we have to go back a little bit, like that maybe. And this is really challenging, you know. So maybe if we do like this. still too sharp of something or other, and I suppose the most one way of doing it is to take it up to there and do that, because I don't suppose, yeah, okay then. That should be covered for fire protection, 164,000 rubles, and that is not far off, so let's go for it. And I hope that there's enough buffers available to handle the temporary bankroll, I believe is the term. I mean, we are good for it, we just don't have it at the moment. So the road will be built when the road will be built. And let's see, here comes a long train. That's nice to see. Excellent. I know, however, that there are still shorter trains out there, and that is unfortunate. And that is also, I'm sorry, there is a problem here with my infrastructure for keeping the note of the thing with petitions from the people, and that is it. For thank you very much for watching, and good night.